guys, it's Megan. So I've noticed that the fidget trend has been coming back a little bit lately. I don't really know why, maybe just because 2020 was super stressful, but I'm kind of here for it. If you've been here for a super long time, you might remember my DIY fidget spinner videos from way back in 2017. I'm always messing around with my jewelry anyways, so I thought that it would be fun to make these fidget rings. Once you get the hang of it, these take about 10 minutes to make. They're super easy. For this project, I used some 20 gauge wire, flat nose pliers, a wire cutter, and a ring mandrel. I actually made this one with my 3D printer, but you can find these for between $5 and $20 on Amazon or at your local craft store. You'll also need various beads depending on which ring you want to make. The first ring that I made was this simple triangle with 2 beads on it. To fidget with it, you slide the beads back and forth like this. For this ring, take 8 to 10 inches of wire and wrap it around your ring mandrel twice. When using the ring mandrel, I found that I had to make the rings a little bit bigger than my actual ring size, since the wire gets wrapped around the band. For this style, I made it half a size bigger than I need to start. If you don't know your ring size, what you can do is take a piece of string, wrap it around your finger, and then measure how long the string is. Here's what your wire should look like so far. Pinch the spiral together and bend this wire down. Bring the end of the wire up through the center of the ring and back down to wrap it around. Use your flat nose pliers to help you, then cut off the excess with wire cutters. Pinch the end with your pliers so the end of the wire won't poke you. Flip the ring over so the remaining wire is on top. Bend this piece down to make a triangle shape. I used a Q-tip to help me bend the wire and get the right sized curve, which this is definitely more of a curved triangle since you need to be able to slide the beads over it. You kind of just have to keep messing with it until you get the right shape. When you're happy with it, you can put on your beads. Make sure that the beads that you use have holes that are a little bit bigger than the wire so you can move them around smoothly. I used these 4mm gold beads because that's what I had, but I think it would look really cute if you did like silver wire with silver beads, or you could try using 2 beads that are different colors. I used 2 beads. You could do 1 or 3, but 3 is the maximum that I do if you want to be able to slide them around. Once the beads are on, bring the end of the wire up through the ring, wrapping it around once. And just like before, cut the end with your wire cutters and pinch it with the flat nose pliers. And that's it. I really want to get some more beads so I can make these in different colors. You could do other shapes too, like a half circle or a rectangle. This next ring that I made has a large bead that you can roll back and forth. First, cut about 14 inches of wire. Wrap it around your ring mandrel 3 times. Again, I started making the ring a little bit bigger than I wanted it. Most of my fingers are either a 7 or a 7.5 except for my pinky, so I started at an 8. Here's what you should have so far. Bend one end of the wire up and the other end down, and wrap each one around the ring to secure it. Again, use your pliers to help you, especially since these wires are pretty long. After you've wrapped one end, try the ring on to see if it fits. You can stretch it out with your ring mandrel before you wrap the other end of the wire around. Again, same thing, just bring the end of the wire through the center of the ring and use your pliers to help you pull it through. Find a marker or pen and wrap one end of the wire around it. Continue wrapping the rest of the wire into a spiral shape, and use your pliers to bend in the end. Slide a bead onto the remaining wire and wrap that around the base of the ring. Make sure to leave it loose enough so the bead can spin. Wrap the rest of the wire around the bead. I used a pair of round nose pliers to help me a little. Again, check it every once in a while to make sure that the bead can still spin. Bend in the end of the wire, and you're done. I think this ring is my favorite one to fidget with. I like to keep it on my pointer finger so I can spin the ring around and roll the bead with my thumb. This last ring that I made has 3 rows of beads that you can roll or push back and forth. For this ring, cut a piece of wire that's about 10 inches long. Wrap your wire around the ring mandrel 3 times. I started this one at one size bigger than my ring size, since again, when you wrap the wire around, it makes the band a little bit smaller. Here's what it should look like so far. You'll need 9 small beads for this ring. Again, you want beads with a hole that's slightly larger than the wire so they can move around easily. Put on 3 beads and move them to the middle of the spiral. Hold the wire together like this and bend the bottom one into a curved shape. The middle beads will kind of want to slide around, so just move them back to the middle when you're done. Put 3 more beads onto the curved wire. Wrap the end around the base of the ring. I wrapped it around twice. Again, the beads will kind of want to slide around, so just make sure that all the beads are in the right place before you tighten this. Also make sure that you don't wrap this too tight because you still want the curve at the bottom, if that makes sense, and you want the beads to be far enough apart. Once you have that wrapped around, just clip it with your wire cutters and flatten the end. Carefully flip the ring over. Bend the wire that's on the bottom into a curved shape, just like before. Again, the beads might want to slide around, so just hold them in place the best that you can. Slide 3 beads onto the curve, and make sure that all of the beads are where they need to be. Wrap the end of the wire around the base twice, just like we did before. Clip the end off, flatten it, and you're all set. This ring was probably the hardest one to make out of all of them, just because of the sizing. But it does get a lot easier once you figure out what you're doing. So that was everything for this video. Let me know which ring was your favorite, and make sure to tag me on Instagram if you make any of these. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and let me know if you'd like to see more fidget jewelry tutorials. I have a couple ideas for like necklaces and bracelets and stuff. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Bye!